So we're here today to walk you through a two-part series that's going to help you go through the basics of writing out a business plan to start your trucking company. What is a business plan? Well, a business plan is exactly what it sounds like. It's a plan for your business's future. It's a way to think through how you want to run your business and coming up with strategies for how to achieve those.
When you're developing your business plan, it's important to think about what types of services you're going to provide. These services can be whether you decide to go long haul, so over the road, interstate, intrastate, so are you just going to run within the state? Are you going to run expedited freight, so kind of like the hot shot loads, or just full loads? So that means like the big semi trucks, and you're going to hold up to 80,000 pounds. It's important to think about who you're going to want to hire for your company. When you think about who you're going to hire, that really means, are you going to be your driver, or are you going to hire drivers? Are you going to have office staff that are going to help you do your paperwork, or are you going to do that all on your own? It's also important to decide, tax purposes, are you going to have a tax consultant? Who's going to do all of your tax filings like your IFTA and then your regular IRS taxes? Are you going to need any extra services? So for your ELD, your fuel cards, anything like that, those are all considered like staff support. So it's important to decide who you're going to want helping you with your business. You'll need an electronic logging device, or what's called an ELD, that tracks your hours of service compliance. You'll need an alcohol and drug program in place for a consortium that you'll need your drivers to be in for random testing every quarter. Another one would be a fuel card. You'll want a discount fuel card because it offers good savings at the pump, which can help you gain additional cash flow for your company. And then, of course, you'll need factoring. Factoring is very important. Factoring can give you cash flow immediately, so usually next day. And it also helps give you some back office support so that you're not having to go out and collect on your bills. You can build competitive edge with a good safety score, a reputation with your customers, and industry experience.
A really important thing to think about is where you're going to get your customers. So if you're just starting out, you're probably going to be using the load boards where you go to find general spot market freight. However, if you already have customers or connections that you can take advantage of, just use those relationships to kind of have established customers for the long run. Lastly, there's also dispatch services out there that are available, and what those help you do is just coordinate your loads for you. It's also important to think about what you already know about your competitors. Are they more well known in the industry than you are? Maybe they've been around longer, so their drivers have more experience, or their staff does. Do they have different types of equipment, maybe newer equipment or maybe older equipment? It's all things you want to think about in terms of the traits of your competitors. One of the most important things to think about is setting your goals at the outset. So do you want to set up a family business that your family takes into the future? Do you just want to expand and grow and add more trucks? Or maybe you're trying to set up your own retirement plan. Maybe you even just want to see the country. So what are your goals? Are there areas where you can cut costs in the short term? Do you want to go from leasing your equipment to owning your equipment? You'll also probably want to identify where the break-even point in your business is. Now, you'll also want to have a long-term growth plan in place. And things you want to think about here, for instance, are adding trucks and drivers over the long term. Another thing to really think about is reinvesting a certain percentage of your profits back into your business to use over the long term.
Want to learn more about how to plan for your trucking business's future? Watch part 2 of our business plan series to learn about expenses, revenue, and how to make a profit for your company.